In this session, we're still busy with our ledger Cashbook postings, and we are currently looking at what IQEnterprise will do for you while you're busy with Cashbook postings. First of all, you must make sure that you're in the correct bank account. So you'll choose the correct bank account at the top here. Then you'll see I've got a combination of transactions here. You actually have 12 batches to work in. So I might have my batch 1, batch 2, I might have another batch with a different bank account. As soon as you process a batch, it clears the information, send it to the correct ledger accounts, and that batch will then be available to you again. So you can repeatedly use a batch, but we allow you to work on 10 different batches at any given time. If we look at our screen here, the major difference between IQ Business and IQEnterprise is the fact that we've got a branch field here. That is because branch control has been selected or switched on under the enterprise setting option. I'll just take you there: utility setup, company details, and under the enterprise settings, I've selected branch control. I said trading branches, and all three my companies have got the same trading branch. So all we have to do is select the date that you want to work in, the type you'll specify between general ledger, debtors or creditors, which means if I now select creditors and I click on the down arrow next to account, I'll see my creditors list. If I choose GL and I click on the down arrow next to account, I will see my GL accounts. Then you specify to which branch is this expense now going to be connected to. So you will choose the branch. Then you will have a reference. You can do whatever you like with the reference. As you can see, some of my references are consecutive, the other 3 is the same. You can go back and change your references. So my next reference I will change. Then you type in your description if you needed to change it. Now you've got to decide, is this going to be a deposit transaction or a payment transaction? The deposit will increase your bank account, whereas the payment will decrease your bank account. So I will put it through as a payment. You then specify if there's tax on that transaction or not. You can click on the down arrow. You can type in a ledger note, and when you finish with your transaction, you could enter through to the next line. If you've got a transaction that you don't need or you've made a mistake with, you can keep your cursor on the line and then press Control Delete. So Control Delete will remove or delete a line for you. And then once you've finished with your batch, you've entered all the transactions, you can click on Process. Remember, batch option will allow this information to stay here even if I close my Cashbook posting transactions and at a later stage I go back to it. This information will stay here until you press Process, where only after that it will send this information to the correct ledger account. So as it stands here, it has no influence, and these transactions will not display on my bank recon. You must update these transactions. And that concludes this session.